Hey, good morning. Tommy Martin, hanging out in my kitchen. Hope you're having a great morning so far. Hey, we're continuing to talk through Philippians, and this morning we're going to be in Philippians chapter 2, verse 14 through 18, and we're talking about grumbling and arguing this morning. So maybe about to step on some toes because grumbling and arguing is kind of like one of our national pastimes. I'm a great grumbler myself and love a good argument, but that's not scriptural. So let's read the Word, let's understand what it's telling us, and let's ask God to help us change. Here we go. Philippians 2, 14 through 18. Do all things without grumbling or disputing, that you may be blameless and innocent, children of God without blemish in the midst of a crooked and twisted generation, among whom you shine as lights in the world, holding fast to the word of life, so that in the day of Christ I may be proud that I did not run in vain or labor in vain. Even if I am being poured out as a drink offering upon the sacrificial offering of your faith, I am glad and rejoice with you all. Likewise, you also should be glad and rejoice with me. So grumbling is a serious offense, and arguing as well. And I would encourage you, go and read 1 Corinthians chapter 10, where Paul talks about the Israelites as they're on their trip from Egypt to the Promised Land. And he compares grumbling with some pretty serious sins. And we might say, well, grumbling's not as bad as other things. But the Apostle Paul says that in 1 Corinthians chapter 10, so you might check that out as well. So what does grumbling and arguing reveal about us? Well, grumbling seems to say, hey God, you're not really doing my life as well as you should. There are some things going on that I'm just not happy with. And if you were a restaurant and I was giving you a review on TripAdvisor, God, you just wouldn't get 5 stars, okay? You just need to step up your game. Now, is that what we really want to say to God? Is that what we really want our attitude to be? So you just think about it. When you grumble, is it possible that you might be saying that to God? Arguing reveals that we really don't love each other. In the moment, we're not loving each other, and we're not looking out for someone else's best interest, which we are plainly told to do as believers. And then here's the other thing. If we grumble and complain and argue, we just look like the rest of the world, okay? And we're not supposed to look that way because that's not how we live. So, grumbling and arguing, that's what they say. But if we don't grumble and argue, Paul gives us a list. Well, we become blameless and pure. We're not arguing. We're not grumbling. We're children of God without fault, he says. We look different from a warped and crooked generation. Seems pretty descriptive of what we've got going on around us. It also says we shine like stars. Okay, reminds me of Jesus preaching the Sermon on the Mount, where he says we're supposed to be salt, we're supposed to be light. You go out in the evening, you see a dark sky with pinpoints of light that are stars. We should be shining like that. We should be that obvious in a dark sky. And we hold firmly to the word of life. So here's what I would encourage all of us to do. Be quicker to see the things we have and what God has done for us than we are to grumble about what he's not done or what we don't have. And just look for ways with the people around you to be a peacemaker first. And leave arguing. We argue about things that don't matter. At least I sure do. So don't grumble. Don't argue. Be like stars. Hope you have a great morning. I hope you're enjoying the book of Philippians. It's just a great word for practical stuff. So I hope you're not just reading it, but I hope you're letting God change you. God bless you. Have a great day.